All right, good morning, everyone.
Morning.
So I'm going to be freehand today. It's an honor to be here as I see and look out at the graduates and the families and friends who are here. Thank you, President Norbert and executive faculty here and staff for this opportunity. And as President Norbert said, yes, I left Louisiana, I think as I remember, it was 2 weeks out of high school. I did not know what I was going to do, but I knew I had to get out of my hometown. There was just nothing going on good there. So I landed here in San Diego and did my 4 years on the USS Kitty Hawk, which was stationed here at North Island. And I remember as I was getting ready to transition out of the military, I was looking at, okay, what am I going to do? I already had an interest in computer programming and being a software engineer, but I didn't know where to go. And so as I rested here in San Diego for some time after, I found Coleman, at that time, Coleman College. As President Norbert said, it was first Coleman College. So for me, it was back in '94. The college was out in La Mesa in this old bowling alley. So as you guys were walking down, I had to remember, man, I remember those times. Long nights, studying, trying to be, a party goer, a working professional, but yet still trying to get my education together. And so when I look at you all, I know that there's many things that we have in common. Maybe even some of those who are not particularly graduating today. Number one, that when we went to our school here at Coleman, we were probably mostly working professionals, trying to maintain, life, work, and school balance. And we were also have a love for technology. We understood that it drives us, it wakes us up, and it gets us excited about coming to work or going to school. And so we share that in common as well as being a love for technology. Now, this one last thing I want to share with you that I know we all have in common is that we've proven to ourselves that we can do it. That if you put your mind to anything, that you can achieve it. You know that famous quote, if the mind can conceive it and believe it, then you can achieve it. And so I want you to take just a brief moment and just take a deep breath. Graduates, take a deep breath. There we go. Come on, follow me. Square your shoulders. Put a big smile on your face and say, I did it.
I did it.
For everything that you had to go through your time here at Coleman University, you look at yourself now, and maybe you have taken that time already, but I want you just to bask in the moment. You say, what? I did it. I put my mind to it, and I did it. And that has proven to you that no matter what you face in your life, if you can put your mind to what you're going to do, that you can achieve it. But it's not over. Your very presence here today, this minute, this hour, speaks to and looks towards your next chapter in your life. And so I ask the question for you, how will you start off your next chapter? How will the pages in chapter 5, 6, 7, whatever it is in your life be written? You see, it's not over. Where you're here today, your chance of graduating today says that I'm starting something new. A commencement is the start of something new or the beginning of something. And you're starting something new in your life. And I like to look at it as the next chapter in your journey. So when I left Coleman here in '94, moved to Atlanta, I heard that it was making some good money. I left my job here in San Diego probably making around $18,000 a year, straight to a $33,000 job in Atlanta, Georgia. I said, whoo, man, I chose the right field. And you're in a good field. As long as you drive yourself and you stay ambitious, you're in a good field. But I left San Diego and I left Coleman. And the one thing I remember saying to myself, what is your future self going to look like? Do you have a vision, Cornelius, for how you want to be in 5 or 10 years, 15 years, 20 years? Or do you want to just have a job, make money? And so I ask you the same question this morning. What does your future self look like? How do you see yourself in 5, 10, 15 years? Do you see yourself in leadership? Do you see yourself managing people? Do you see yourself mentoring others? How do you see yourself? But as I landed in Atlanta, naive, young, I think it was maybe about 22 at that time, new environment for me, I said, you know what? Yes, you have this vision. You want to be a leader. You want to have be senior in your field. You want to be something great. You want to do something great in your life. But a vision alone was not good enough. I needed to have a plan. I needed to know how I'm going to get from this young, naive graduate to this senior person in this field, senior person in this career. how I'm going to become that business person that I saw myself becoming. Because as you look around, you see other people that might be doing the things that you want to do. And that's maybe a vision for yourself, but you got to ask yourself, how am I going to get there? And when you see where you're going, and you can begin to set up a plan for how you get there, it makes it that much more easier. And now you have a roadmap for yourself. So you know what? I'm here now. I'm just graduating Coleman University, May 19th. But in 5 years, I'm going to be this. In 7 years, I'm going to be that. In 10 years, I'm going to be a CEO of a technology company. In 5 years, I'm going to create some new invention that goes with technology that can elevate society. But what is your plan to get there? So when I was in Atlanta, I was journeying through on this journey now of becoming this professional, because I saw myself having an IT company in Atlanta, one in California, one in Dallas. I had a vision for myself, what I wanted to become. But again, I needed to have a what? A plan. If you aim at nothing, you win at nothing. And so graduates, this morning, as you look upon where you're going to go for the next 5, 10 years of your life, make up a plan. Don't wait until the end of the summer. Don't wait till next year. No, start right now. Start thinking through, what does your future self look like? How do you want to see yourself? And what is your plan to get there? What is your plan to move from a Coleman University graduate to a CEO or CTO in some company, to a senior manager, to a VP of some large corporation? What is your plan? But it wasn't just just to have a plan. I had to put some action to my plan. So there I was making sacrifices. There I was reading, going to user groups. At that time it was very popular. Going to user groups and reading technology magazines and having a subscription to MSD and Microsoft Development Network as a software engineer. I started consuming myself over the first several years of my career with everything that I needed to know to become my future self. And so with that vision that I had of what I wanted to become and some kind of plan in mind of how to get there, I had to start putting some words, some action to my words, some action to my plan. I had to start doing things and started taking different opportunities that would position me better. I started learning more about the field. You see, it's not just about what you know. If you're cybersecurity, it's not just about that. It's not just about software engineering. It's not just about network. You got to know your field. You got to be a student of what your profession is. And so I became a student. My action was to consume myself with everything that I needed to know in order to see my future self become what I envisioned on my graduation. What does your future self look like? What are you going to become in 5, 10, 15 years? So for me, it's been, call it 20 years since I've been here in Georgia, in California. When I reconnected back to San Diego, I said, hey, Coleman University, I'm a graduate there. So I connected back and I started to volunteer. I started showing my face around, started making myself available to the staff and to the president and to those who need my assistance. And so there was a plan. You got to have a plan and you got to have an action. But if you ask me the question, Cornelius, was it easy? Cornelius, did your plan go as expected? I would be lying if I say it did. I'd be lying if I say everything went out just like I figured it. No, no, no. Sacrifices, long hours, sitting in traffic, taking positions I don't want to do, but I knew I had to do it because of what I needed to become. Working for people that I just couldn't stand because of their arrogance. But I understood that if I was going to become my future self, I had to make certain sacrifices. I knew that there was going to be things that I had to let go. Playtime, some vacation time with my family that I wasn't able to take, I went to put off on delay because of this ambitions that I had. But it wasn't easy. The road you're going down, to where you are now, to where you want to be, if you can see your future self sitting here today, class of 2018, it's going to require some work. I like to call it this. It's going to require some grit, guts, resilience, ingenuity, and some tenacity to get you where you want to go. But it wasn't easy. I stand before you today because of the support of my wife of 22 years, those who saw in me the potential that I had. I stand before you today because I saw within myself the potential that I had. And because I knew what I had inside of me, it drove me past all the things that was discomfort to me in making this journey back here to San Diego. How do you see your future self? Are you aware of those things that you're going to have to give up and sacrifice to be where you want to get? But again, if you don't know where you're going, if you aim at nothing, you win at nothing. This is a new chapter in your life, a next chapter that you are now writing out the story. But what is it going to look like? When you switch to the next chapter, what is it going to read? You are the director, you are the actor, you're the producer, you are every part of this. This is your stage play. How are you going to do it? So, what am I trying to say? Here's what I want you to take away from our time together this morning. To become, to be successful, it takes vision. Say vision.
Vision.
It takes planning.
Planning.
It takes action.
Action.
And it takes belief.
Belief.
You have to believe in yourself. No matter how hard of a struggle it was to get you to where you are today, this very minute, this very hour, remember, you did it. Remember, you have proven to yourself that you can overcome any odds or any obstacles that you may face. Always remember this experience, because it will be that catalyst to help you move forward, the next trial, the next challenge that comes up your way. Always remember that. Let me leave you with one last thought. I like to call this a simple strategy for life. Listen. Watch your thoughts, for they become words. Watch your words, for they become your actions. Watch your actions, for they become your habits. Watch your habits, for they become your character. And watch your character, for it becomes your destiny. What we think, how we view ourselves, what we eventually become. What does your future self look like? You have every bit of potentiality in you to become what it is that you see yourself to be. And never doubt for 1 ounce, no matter what goes on around you, no matter who says what to you, always remember, you have it in you. If you can see it, if the mind can conceive it and believe it, you can achieve it. Thank you.